So when I kidnapped that guy, I kidnapped him. I did that. I got 4 years. I got off fucking easy. They should have thrown me in there for 10 fucking years. But people don't really see
How much time did you actually do?
18 months, 16 months. Your freedom gets lost, which sucks. But it's the people at home. It's not you or whatever. I could do whatever the fuck I get. Bro, my genes are from Cuba, motherfucker.
Tell me about...
I smoked the weed Castro smoked before he went to the mountains to take over.
What's a typical day?
Living like a doctor.
What, Joey? What? Jesus Christ.
What?
Nothing.
I'm too much into this shit. I don't want to talk. I'm just over here going, what the fuck's going to happen here? Like, the Catholic girls?
Yes, they're the biggest freaks.
But the first night is not good. They cry. You got to walk them home and rub their back and tell them they're not going to go to hell. Because that's the big thing. They said about going to hell.
I ate 2 deluxe spicy chicken sandwiches. I'm not going to be hungry.
You are fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
Not only that, you have no respect for fucking gay people. You got no respect for gay people.
Oh, that's right. Chick-fil-A's
You got no
anti-gay.
respect for nothing, do you?
That's
You
not
never
a
seen a
joke.
bookie with a part-time job. Let's
heard-
see what happens tonight.
Somebody told me that before.
You got Masvidal getting points. You got him getting wood. You got
How can
Max
you fuck
Holloway
his name
getting
up?
wood.
How can you fuck up
Masvidal?
But how could you fuck up
I don't know. I ain't got time to worry about that shit. Get a dictionary. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck is wrong with you? I don't know, dog.
But it all, if you like Stipe me...
Listen, let me explain something to you. You don't want to put a cotton swab in my nose, dog.
What happened?
I got angel dust, coke, THC crystal, animal tranquilizers, asshole dust, fucking pubic hairs. I smelled Newark in the summer. What haven't I smelled? Coke, heroin, fucking... Are you kidding me? When they did my nose...
Asshole dust.
I remember... Oh, asshole dust. You ever open up an asshole, a little bit of dust comes out. Nobody knows nothing. You just take it like a man. Like, you know, I remember when I woke up, Dr. Line was jizzling my nose and the sparks were coming out of my nose and shit. I still got Coke rocks in those glands in there. So you stick a cotton swab in there and they're going to fuck it up because you know they're making mistakes, right? So some grandmother's going to go, you know, you didn't test positive for COVID, but you need treatment. Like, you need help. You got like 10 kilos in your fucking nose.
Like, my memory's full. It's like I can still pull stuff up that I know, but like the new stuff, it's hard to get in there. And there's a lot of old stuff I'm just deleting left and right.
I forget what I have for lunch. But if you read...
I know there's several different vaccines they're working on. Maybe they'll have one in 6 months.
Are you going to
Maybe
be the
6
first
months
one
from
to
now?
line up and then have a third eye in your asshole? Is that what you're going to do? Good for you. Yeah, great. You're going to go shoot whatever the fuck they give you?
Are you vaccinated?
I have no idea.
You don't even know?
I remember getting no. I got the one on my arm when I came from Cuba. I remember all that shit.
Volkanowski. You all right, Joey?
I got to stretch. I lose my fucking mind. When I'm home, I move around and shit, you know.
Oh, man, look at that left hook.
Talk and shit. Excuse me. Yeah, it's killing me, Joe Rogan. Killing me.
Yeah, no, I understand. I can see it is.
Shit.
I can see it is.
Like I said, I'm not looking to make any dough.
I'll tell you one thing.
I'm open up a club called the Last Supper Comedy Club.
Have a seat.
12 people.
We can't hear you.
12 people, the Last Supper Comedy Club. I get the Chinese guy from the bartender to check the temperatures at the door. Mm-hmm. I'll rent there's a place across from Subconscious Jiu-Jitsu, Brett's place. It's for lease, put 12 seats in there. So waters. The other option I have is my uncle has a liquor license from 1969. If you want a liquor license in L.A., that's the one you want. You could light bottle rockets in your asshole. You could have live bands. You could have a gay bar.
Rock and roll.
He's 82 and he's been torturing me lately.
Why?
Because he goes out every Friday and Saturday to his bar, and it's been closed. And the girl that was his mistress, when he was married, he had a mistress, and then he got the mistress's cousin knocked up. Oh, he's a beauty. He's a beauty. I love my uncle. Where's the Spotify lighters? Where's the go
That's
one?
not even a Bic. What is that?
This is from Gino.
I want a Spotify lighter. Chinese and
It
shit.
used to
This is the creepiest start to any podcast I've ever been on in my life. Buildings blowing up. Some poor fucking governor with a gun to his fucking head. What the fuck is going on here? What the fuck is going on here? I just did a COVID test. I feel good. You know what I'm saying? And all of a sudden I come into bombs and fucking explosions. Where's the happiness? It's your
waiting.
birthday,
Thank you very
cocksucker.
much. Thank you very much. Something about
Me?
yeah.
But you know what? I got to go down there to shoot a pilot anyway. CBS is paying me like 20 grand.
How'd they find you?
Thanksgiving, the night before Thanksgiving in Seattle.
What were you doing?
I was on stage at the
And someone
at
from
the
CBS
Underground.
wanted you to do something?
He was from Seattle, and
Wow.
he went home for the holidays. And I got off stage, and the guy's like, listen, I've been looking for a guy like you for 3 weeks. Can you read? Yeah, okay. Meet me tomorrow. I'm going to put you on tape. I got a pilot because we want you to be... It was really fucked up. They wanted my character to be Spanish, but they didn't want him to look Spanish. It was CBS's answer to NYPD Blue. It was a show called Bronx something. And I came down, and I was the worst actor in the world. I started out with like 19 pages. All the cops and DAs would come into the bar, and I would chit-chat, give them information, sell shit. And every day that I went and rehearsed, every day they took a page out. Every day they took a page out. I went down there. By the time they shot the pilot, I had no lines. I just nodded. I was terrible. I was snorting coke. I'd never been to an acting class before. That guy. He directed me in this. And he loved me in the beginning, and at the end, he wouldn't even look at me. He would just shake his head. I didn't know how to fucking act. And the guy next to him with the white shirt, that guy was married to Tracy Lords. You know him. That's your buddy, George. Joe. That's your buddy, Joe.
I don't know who that guy
Yes,
is.
you were with them one night at the store.
No,
He's
I
married
don't
to
know.
Tracy Lords.
I might have
You were
said hi
playing
to
the
him.
drums and jumping up and down with him.
What are you
talking
talking
about
about?
vitamin supplements? What's his fucking name?
I don't know the guy.
Yeah, Joe, don't lie to me. He
No,
was
I'm
talking
not
to you
lying
about
to you.
Buck. Look right there.
Where?
That guy was one of the best looking men
He's a
that
handsome
ever
guy.
fucking was in that movie with Mickey Rourke.
It says Sam.
He's his
The
brother.
photographer.
Oh.
He's his brother, and he's fucking two chicks in a disco. I saw that guy at a couple.
Who is he?
That guy walking the dog. Find out what his name is, Jamie, please,
What?
sir.
You keep.
That's Mickey Rourke.
No,
the
that's
other,
not
other
Mickey
guy that
Rourke.
he's holding
Photographer,
hands
but-
with.
Go down with down.
The guy he's holding hands
Sante.
with.
Go down with down.
You should show it with I go here. It's
That's
just
no
what's her name.
Armand Sante. That
Yeah,
guy.
that's Sante. It's not showing his name. I don't know. I'll find it.
Okay.
He came to the store.
That's a
one-
bold move. Look at that half crop shirt.
He came to the store one night. He played Mickey Rourke's brother in this movie.
Bullet.
And the other thing was that he was married to Tracy Lords. John Enos. That good-looking motherfucker. Well, he ain't that good-looking no more. But in this movie, you would suck his dick. He was like I tried to announce a fight one time. It was the most...
You announced a fight?
I just playing around. Some guys, what was that show? MMA Tonight with Boss Rutan.
Yes.
I went on there and they put me on the spot. Are you fucking crazy? Are you fucking crazy? Yeah, I went to some tournaments.
I bet you'd be good. I could picture you being great at it, though.
First of all, I can't see, so I'm unqualified. Okay? That's another thing. You better have 20/20 vision, and I got to see it certified. Because I can't see. I'm sitting here, and I can't talk because I got to fucking look. And forget the glasses. The
Oh,
glasses,
they had you judge.
yeah, the glasses aren't
okay.
going to fucking help you. You
No?
got to be fucking... And then I wouldn't really drink as much. My thing was the marijuana. That was my thing. I didn't want her to catch me, so I'd Visine it, and I'd try to act normal. and fucking, I got high with this girl, and I didn't know, we were swapping spit, and I ate her monkey, and she was bleeding. I didn't know. I didn't even know a period existed. I didn't know what the fuck it was. And I walk in my house, and I had a little bit of blood on my lip and like the hair. And my mother's like, "What are you, the wolf man?" I'll never forget. She asked me, el hombre lobo, ¿qué te pasó, compadre? I grew up in North Bergen, New Jersey. I was a Cuban kid that stumbled upon a fight one day and stuck up for an Italian kid, and they made me part of their family. But the other part of their family was that they were political. And he was the other side of the wing for politics. Remember, there's a mayor, and he shows up with a guy like you that's intelligent, but then he also has a guy like me. And I do weird things for him. I let people know what the mayor wants done.
Yeah.
And I got to be I was that guy's son.
Oh.
I was his son. I became his son. Then his son died, and I really became his son. So I didn't know what I was doing. He would just go light this on fire. And put $50 in your pocket, and that's all I went and did. You know what I'm saying? He told me to go pick up this. I went and picked this up. He told me to go do this. I still remember how I met most of my friends today were from that election.
Wow.
The 76 election, column A and column B. And I mean, they were battling on the street. I don't have to tell you about Jersey knuckleheads.
Yeah.
You know, we were throwing rocks at each other. And then at night, we were paid to go rip down your signs. And then the next night, your people rip down our signs. And then whoever puts a sign of each one on, we all have a fucking memory of that. So if I side with Joe Rogan in North Bergen and Joe Rogan loses, I might as well pack my bags because they're going to demote me from a teacher to a janitor. That's how they get you in Jersey, dog.
So they would all put signs on their lawn for the guy that they support. Let everybody know.
They
this
tell-
is the way
listen,
you're my friend?
they tell you.
Spalding. You
They-
vote for Harry Spalding.
Yeah.
He's a good man.
They come to your house, they knock on your door, and they tell you who you're going to vote for. Listen, you're going to vote for these guys. It's going to be fine. We'll take care of you. Your brother-in-law needs a job to read. When I was about 17, my friend fucked his sister's best friend, and he got something.
He got VD.
He got VD, and we went there the next day, and there was a chick with like a Phantom of the Opera mark on her face. Dog, it was
What?
fucking crazy.
What was the mark on her face?
Like she had like syphilis or something
Oh,
that
my
started here.
God.
Like she had a cut in her lip, and she sucked a fucked up dick or something. And it ran. I'll never forget this. It's not even funny. It was really sad because I didn't know what she had. I just went there with my friend. My friend goes, "You got to go in there with me, dog. I'm scared to walk in there." Whoa. I said, "Let's go. What's the big deal? They're gonna give you pills, whatever." I didn't know. I wasn't sexually active at that age, like he was. And we went in there while I was waiting for him, dog. This chick came in, did paperwork, and she turned around, and she had gotten something that started here, like she had like a cut or what's that when you have chapped lips or something. And all this was like half purple and red. She sucked something bad. And after that, I was like, ooh, I got to be careful out there. It's a jungle. There's
Then
a
it
girl
became
on Facebook
STDs.
that's friends with me from high school that her pussy wouldn't get wet. So they used to call her the dry hump, Fairview, New Jersey. They used to call her Fairview, New Jersey, the dry
That's so awful. That's so fucked up. People are so fucked up. Oh, people are so fucked up.
This girl was banging. This girl was fucking banging, though.
So you'd have to like bring Vaseline or something?
Yeah, she was from Wayne, New Jersey, and she was banging. She moved to North Bergen, and she was a sophomore. And she was dating a few guys and shit. And things happened. Like, I was friends with her. I knew she didn't like me. Like, she just didn't like me for some reason. I didn't think the world of her either. And one night in 84, I'm at a bar, and this bitch comes in, I mean, banging. 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 They also said she had some type of VD, so they called her Lori Jack. You know, like, she's got the Jack.
No, what is
Remember
that?
AC/DC sang a song.
Oh.
She's got the Jack. Jack. So they used to call her name and Jack. Like, that was her name. Like, they just tormented this girl.
Oh.
And she dated, like a rock guy that had, like, long hair and
rocker.
shit. And one night I saw her. And
Rocky.
and she was banging Joe Rogan, right?
Yeah.
Banging. And I go, "You live in North Bergen now?" She's like, "Yeah, I didn't go to college. I'm a nanny. I'm a nanny," and she told me the guy's name. And I knew that guy. That guy had a massage parlor years earlier. The guy that she was being a nanny for. And I go, if she's his nanny, he's just fucking her. Something's got to be wrong. She looked so good in that miniskirt. She disappeared like 1:30. And finally at like 3, I'm sitting and I'm like, what am I going to do tonight? And I had like a bag of Coke. I go, fuck it. I'm going to go get her. So I went this is how crazy I was. I went to the dude's house, who she told me. I knocked on the door. It was 3:15 in the morning. And he's like, "CoCo, what are you doing here?" I go, "I got to talk to Lori. There's something missing." He goes, "Hold on, Lori?" And she came down, and she comes outside. He's got a robe on. She's got a robe on. And I look her straight in the face. I go, "Listen, I got like 2 8-balls in my pocket. Get dressed. Let's get the fuck out of here." And she's like, "I can't." And I go, "You have to." And we argued there for like 10 minutes. I'm like, "I want to suck your pussy. I want to do dirty things to you. I don't give a fuck about the VD or the Jack or the dry hump. I'm on fire." And she's like, well, give me 10 minutes, and how am I going to sneak out here? I don't know. So I waited outside for her. She's like, I'll put Lou in bed, and I'll run out. About 15 minutes later, I see her running out with her purse with like a bank deposit bag. She's like, fuck him. I can't take him anymore. Fuck him. We were on foot. It's 4:30 in the morning. I'm on Tunley Avenue in North Bergen. There's a bunch of those dirty hotels. So I'm like, oh, I got a score here. I got coke. She's got money. I'm going to fuck her. I'm excited. We go back to a hotel. We finally registered. It's like $30. They asked us if we wanted the jacuzzi in the room and shit. It was one of those dirty hotels on Tunley as you go into New York City. We went in there. We walk in and she goes, rule number 1, you are not going to fuck me. It's 5 in the morning. There goes my fucking. There goes this night. And all of a sudden she looks at me. She goes, well, if you could guess the color of my panties, I'll fuck you. And I'm like, okay. Red. And she goes, they're green, but good enough. We started snorting coke, eating ass. I mean, it was filthy. I woke up at 5 in the afternoon, and Doug Flutie was throwing that quarterback, that touchdown. In 1984 or 83, Doug Flutie, I was waking up. She was naked, ripped apart. I'm waking up, and Doug Flutie's throwing the touchdown. I got dressed and got the fuck out and never saw her again. Never said, and I even robbed the money. I took everything. She pops up on Facebook about 2 years ago, and I'm like, Lori, how are you? She's like, fuck you, you fat faggot, and all this shit. She's like, you left me there that night, but we had a good time. Fuck yeah, we had a good time. And I hit her back. I go, what color are your panties? And she goes, what's that supposed to mean? It's fucking tremendous.
Hilarious.
I knew she gave me something. She had something. But I didn't give a fuck. It was 84. Rock Hudson was dying. I didn't use a condom. I knew the consequences. I'm like, fuck it. So I knew I was going to get something, and I probably did. I got crabs after that over the holidays. That was 84. I got crabs in 84, 85 season. I got crabs. I found out at a bathroom in Port Authority. I went to Port Authority to take a shit, and I pulled my pants down, and I'm sitting there reading the paper, and I see a crab. Like I saw something jump, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I'd never heard it, nothing. I went home and took my underwear off and got like a magnifying glass. It was over. It was all over me. They were all over the couch. I had to bring a bomb into the room, like one of those fucking bug bombs, and leave for 12 hours.
Did you really?
Oh, I crabbed up the whole fucking thing. It was crabbed up for like a month, dog.
Oh, my God.
The lady next door knocked on my thing. I was living in Tenafly, New Jersey. Lady next door knocked. Do you have a bug problem? I'm like, no. I don't know what happened. Ever since you moved in here, there's been crabs and shit.
Oh, no.
Oh, we were geeks. That's what we did at 12. But they had little goombas in my neighborhood. And when they were 12, they did something completely different. They went behind the school and they would roll one joint and put it in a piece of glass tube and light it up. And we would drink Boone's Farm, the fruit shit, and I'd get pukey. So I didn't know who to hang out with. So I would have to be like a double agent. That was a tough job for me as a 12-year-old. I liked hanging out with my karate geeks, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I like going to competitions. I like doing forms. I like doing the semi-contact competitions where you couldn't kick above the head.
Yeah, those are good for kids.
But you don't like it anyway, but you still kick the kid and get disqualified. But fuck it, I kicked him in the jaw. Did you see,
People did that.
This is in life was simple for me. So I had to make a decision because the Kung Fu kids didn't get no pussy. They just weren't into pussy. They would talk about girls, and they maybe had a crush on the girl in the 430 class, but they never asked her to come to any of the events. My other buddies were into pussy. So eventually I cut the karate fucking geeks out, and I started hanging out with the little druggies, and you make your transition into, and from those developmental ages, like I tried to hide my drug use. I tried to hide it, especially the marijuana use. For 2 or 3 years, it was just marijuana.
Wow.
Then once I became a freshman, I didn't start basketball my freshman year. I decided let's venture out into this acid thing. Let's venture out into this mescaline thing. Ooh. It was a different name. It was mescaline, but it really wasn't mescaline, Joe Rogan. It was a little tablet.
Peyote?
No, it wasn't even peyote. It was a little thing.
Aren't they the same?
Excuse me?
Isn't it a similar
is
compound?
peyote and yeah. But mescaline is what they sell you in the South.
Right.
They supposedly put it in tequila or something.
That's mezcal, right?
Yeah, this is something that two little fucking white kids made in a pill. It was rat poison with something else, and it was very tiny. It was maybe the little size of this. That's it. And it came in aluminum foil, even smaller than that.
Wow.
Even smaller than that. Way smaller. That little thing, that's it. You paid $80 for it, and you got 100 of those, and you sold it for $3 a piece. And that would fuck you up for 6 hours with a 2-hour haze in between, an hour buffer and an hour to come down. And I did that for 3 or 4 months. Then they introduced me to THC Crystal, which is snorting. They sold it as, what we do is we get a bunch of stems and seeds from the reefer. We put it in a pot, and we boil that pot. And whatever separates from the stems and the seeds that goes to the sides, we scrape that off. And that's what you snort in your nose.
Oh, my God.
So I had like a personal karate rule that I would always just smoke it and do the mescaline, but I was never going to put nothing in my nose.
Oh, you had a rule like a drug addict put something in their nose.
Right, like that's it. Like that's a complete different range. I'll never shoot heroin, and I'll never put
Especially
nothing
as
in
a
my
karate
nose.
man.
As a karate man, I had karate morals.
Yeah.
I was just straying away with the reefer. And then I finally ended up snorting that fucking Gorilla Biscuit shit. Because that's what it was. It was angel dust. They just told you. It's like you were saying. You ever go to people's houses and they talk and then they say shit for 20 minutes? It's like by Studio City where I live. Go to that coffee shop from time to time. You know what they were saying in there?
What?
The day after the Vegas shooter? The Vegas shooter was Sunday night. Do you know what these idiots were saying in there on Monday?
What?
That this had to do with women's rights and the abortions, and they just talk. This new breed of Gentiles, they just talk. That's all they do, is talk with big words to impress you. But they don't say shit. They don't say shit. 3 or 4 big words to let you know they're smart, and then they didn't say nothing.
Well, there's a lot of repeating narratives, right?
Oh, yeah. Every time, the new show I'm going to do, I'm buying one of those little tape recorders, and I'm putting them under these 6 fucking morons every day. Then at night, I'm going to do a show about what they discussed. Because this is 60% of America, what these fucking people are talking about. This is the idiots. The shit that comes out of their mouth is amazing. And you sit there and go, no wonder fucking ISIS wants to shoot us. Listen to these fucking dummies. Listen to what's coming out of their mouth. Women's rights? That's what they were talking about.
Well, what was their argument? They were saying that the guy,
shot
everybody.
Their argument is everybody trying to be smarter than everybody. It's just 6 people trying to outwit each other. It's like when you go to those fucking dinner parties you talk about. And by the time they serve the salad, you want to put a gun in your fucking mouth. Why am I even fucking here with these people? I could have stopped at Burger King and had a better fucking time. That's why I don't go to those dinner parties, because there's 8 people talk. And once politics comes up, you lose me, Joe Rogan. I don't want to hear about it no more. You lose me. You lose me. These new political people talking nonsense, you lose me. Move forward. Either impeach them, get a new one, or shut the fuck up. I can't. You ever put the news on anymore?
Well, it's definitely
First 20 minutes.
on you.
He didn't send the check. He called her. What the fuck, man? Just tell, who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? There's got to be something more. There's got to be a seal stuck on a beach somewhere in this fucking country. Something more important than this shit every fucking day. So the politics is over in my world. Religion, I don't want to. You're not supposed to talk about politics or religion at those fucking things. But this new breed of Gentile, they just talk for the sense of talking, to see who's the smartest person in the room, and at the end of the day, they're all a bunch of dumb fucks anyway. Knoxville's a great little fucking town. Like a cute little Tennessee town.
Is it?
It's like hip. It's a football, like a college town. So I get there on Friday night, Joe Rogan. I'm headlining. I got 38 minutes. I just moved to L.A., and I signed with Creative Management, and they booked those rooms. So they were booking me out as a headliner. I was just dying slow dead. So what they did was they put me in one-nighters that paid like $275 a night. And they weren't bad. Clark, Tennessee, And we go to this Knoxville for 2 nights, and I go in there, and you know me, dog, I'm fucking crazy. First night I go in there, Friday night, there's 20 people for the first show. and there's a girl, Joe Rogan, that's a 12, with a guy that's a 4. Okay, and it's her birthday. You know, meanwhile, through it, she just turned 21. It's her birthday. Okay, hi, happy birthday. What's going on here? You know, because once you start hearing noise, you have to react to it as a comic. And you go, what's going on here? You're 21. I said, you're very beautiful. And then she just went and ran with it and started talking about how her husband pimps her out. He would have fights on, and for $20 you could fuck him in the back room.
20?
The fights were on, whatever. I don't know. That on Fridays he would bring her to the construction truck.
Oh my
He would bring a
God.
truck with her to the construction site and put a mattress in the back. And at lunchtime, he would let her friends. And she's telling me this. It's like she's talking, and people are like just holding their breaths. Like, what is going on here? This girl is beautiful, and this retard is just pimping her. So in between shows, I go upstairs to do a line or smoke a joint or whatever the fuck I'm doing. When I come back, I see her by herself, and we start talking. And what's going on? Oh my God, I had such a great time. I go, is that stuff true? And she goes, yeah. I go, show me the monkey. And she took me in the woman's bathroom, pulled down her pants. The girl had a monkey that was spotless. It nearly stunk. I ate it. I fingered it or something, and then she sucked my dick. That was it. I went back to my room. I didn't think nothing of it. I'm like, Jesus Christ, I scored. I go back for the second show. There's 8 people. But by the time I go back for the second show, Joe Rogan, she's sitting in the back. She's 21, and she's looking at me like this. She's fucked up. And 10 minutes into my spot, because I was headlining, she starts going, I sucked the comedian's dick tonight. And her husband's like, what are you talking about? And she's like, I sucked his dick, and he came in my mouth. He's like, what the fuck are you talking about? The cops had to hold him back, and he's like, I want my $40. That's all he wanted. He didn't care that his wife sucked my dick at this comedy bathroom.
Oh, my God.
When the cops came, he kept saying, man, somebody's going to get hurt if I don't have my $40. That's a $40 blowjob. Did you come in her mouth? Because if I wouldn't have come, it would have been like 20. All he cared about was the $40, dog.
So he told me that backstage at your show,
God.
and I fucking started hyperventilating.
$40 for his wife. So every time somebody would refer to Shirley, they go, have you met Shirley yet?
Yeah.
And you go, no. And they go, oh, and they'd walk away. Well, Shirley, whoever the captain of that base was, the head of the base, she was his wife. And if a band came to town or a comedian came to town, she blew him. That's it. That was the rule. Like he would sit out there with his fucking military on, with all his shit, and clap, and she'd be in the back, Zukalamink, to the whole band. I mean, this is crazy. So I didn't know about this. She came over and started talking to me, and then she started talking, oh, you're Cuban. I dated a Cuban one time. He had such a big dick. You have a big dick? I mean, it was that quick. What? It was that quick. Like, she just gets to it. She's like 50. I was maybe like 31. She was maybe 50.
Wow.
And she just dropped behind the curtain, took the hammer out, and started Zukalamink. I'm sitting there minding my own business, and all of a sudden somebody comes yelling for her, Shirley, Shirley, Shirley. Now, usually Shirley would get up and stop sucking your dick. Not Shirley. She moved her knees. Like I had knee on belly.
Right.
You know when somebody puts knee on belly, you're supposed to move this way?
Right.
That's what she did with her knees. She kept sucking and just kept moving this way. I tried to take it out of her mouth. She wouldn't let it. She's like, no. She wouldn't stop till, and they're like, Shirley, we're looking for you out here.
Man,
This is crazy shit.
I can't. I'm overstimulated. I feel like I need psychiatric treatment right now and an IV.
Oh, you just finished that fucking drink, all right?
Oh my God.
Zukalamink is the greatest thing anyone's ever said.
That is the best word of all time. Minke juice, Zukalamink.
Zukalamink.
Well, it's minkia. But when they say suka, they cut it short.
What is the word? What does it mean?
Minkia means suck my dick. Minkia in the dialect of Italian. Suka means suck.
Right, okay.
You know, it's so weird how the more
Is
you
this
go.
Spanish?
This is Italian, Sicilian.
Really?
So the deeper you go down the boot, the more, is it closer to Spain or is it farther from Spain? The closer Italy is from Spain, when people from that area speak Italian, I don't care how fast they're talking, they can't put the wool over me because I can pick up every 4 words.
Oh, right.
So Sicilians say suka. What's suck in Spanish?
Chupa.
Chupa. You're in the neighborhood.
Right.
Zukalamink. when they say suka la minkia, like you know, well, what are you gonna do today? I don't know. I'm gonna go out and get my minkia sucked. But suka la minkia is just a short.
That's your
the
that's your
short
second
version.
shirt of this show.
Suka la minkia.
Sure.
And then you got minkia juice. So it comes at you however you want it. Made Saint on 148th Street and Broadway. But for me, it wasn't to be a killer or to be anything like that. I can't carry guns. I can't go in cars with strange people. I can't do business with 3 people. I can't say, I hope Jamie fucking gets hit by a car. I'm not allowed to say all those things. I don't use it the way in the late 70s.
Why can't you do business with 3 people?
Because 2 of them will sidle up against you. And that's the same thing that happened to me on my kidnapping. I robbed somebody with 3 people. I can't stay in anything. Look at my life now. Look at my life when I was snorting white powder. My saint in my head is control. Like, that's why I always wear a white T-shirt on Mondays. It's the day of the spirit.
What? You
Yeah.
always wear a white T-shirt on Monday?
Look at my shoes. They're white on white.
Always?
When I step out of the shower, I walk onto
Only
a
on
white
Monday?
shower mat every day.
Every day.
Every day. I'm still very Santa-y in my head. And when I saw them ripping my mother's clothes off, I was about 5. I'm like, fuck you black motherfuckers. And I started running down Bronx Boulevard. They had to chase me and bring me back. I didn't want to do it. It's an all-night ceremony. It's all night on a Friday.
It's crazy.
All night
12
on
hours
Friday,
long.
12 hours long.
Oh, my
You
God.
sleep, and then Sunday is when they read your future to you. And then for a week, you just live in a corner, white. They paint your head, you're bald.
What?
So I had to go back to school on Monday bald with a hat. They said he's not allowed in here with a hat. My mother gave the principal a small nickel, and I was allowed to wear the hat from 9 to 3. But then at 3 o'clock, I had to go home and change into white clothes for a year. Not allowed
For
to
a
look.
year?
I had to dress in white. Not
For a
allowed-
year?
A year. So for my cause, I would just have to wear
Imagine the
white
dry cleaning
underwear,
bills.
white socks, and white T-shirt. Because I was a kid. I can't keep wearing fucking white every day. I'm ripping shit.
Right.
So now your hair has to grow back. So when I walk into, there's a ton of Santeria in L.A.
Really?
I don't deal with it at all because it's all the same thing like everything else in L.A. It's a bunch of white people who didn't grow up in it. And there's a hot black guy, and they want to really just suck his dick, and he's telling them about spirits. I saw a video today. I'm like, shame on them. It's all confused. It's like those
Could
white
be.
chicks that suck that Hindu dick when they go to hot yoga.
Yes,
You know that guy that sucked
yes,
out. He got
Bikram.
Bikram. Bikram
Yeah.
is a pig. He got a bunch of white chicks with hummus flavor in their mouth from sucking that Bikram dick. You know, well, he gets to me inside. You suck that fucking dead dick that smells like hummus chips.
Get this bitch rolling.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
Train by day, Joe Rogan Podcast by night. All day.